Hello YouTube, we are back again with our third instalment of Galaxy S8 rumours, and things are getting close to the launch date, which we actually now know, John. When's it going to be?
It's going to be March 29th, so only a few weeks' time. It's going to be happening in New York and in London. We know this firstly because at the Samsung press conference at MWC, Samsung played a little teaser trailer for us with the words, "This is a phone," scattered throughout. It told us not much really about the S8, but it hinted heavily at the removal of the home button, some smaller bezels, some curved screens and a taller display.
We've already seen that. Even Bless, who's done a lot of leaking, as you might have seen already, has shown off the fact that this phone is going to be a taller version. The screen's going to be wider, more wrapped around. Pretty much we've seen the phone now, John. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, it looks like it's all out in the open. There's not a lot of mystery left. Rear-facing fingerprint scanner, no physical home button. It's going to be a slightly new direction for Samsung. That iconic physical home button has been a staple since the first S model. So it's a sign of the times, potentially. They're slimming the bezels, following LG with that longer 18:10 aspect ratio. Should be interesting.
18:9, I think you find. Yeah, so slightly larger than the 16:9. I'm not sure about the moving of the home button. I thought when I first saw the picture, I thought it was going to be under the screen. Unfortunately not. It looks like it's going to be behind, next to the camera. Is everyone just going to smudge their camera all the time?
Well, that's not a home button. It's just a fingerprint scanner. You'll have an on-screen home button, on-screen navigation tools. There's rumours that they're going to go for eye tracking and eye recognition to sort of stop the fingerprint recognition.
No. If you look, we did the Note 7 iris scanner, and unless in 6 months' time Samsung has magic to completely solve how well that works, no one's going to use the iris scanner.
So another Twitter leaker going by Roland Quant. I'm not sure if I've said your name right, so apologies if I haven't. He's tweeted that the S8 will be around €799 and the S8 Plus will be about €899. In terms of rough calculations, we're looking at about $845, £695 and 1,115 Australian dollars for the S8, which would make it more expensive than the S7 when it launched last year, and similarly with the S8 Plus, slightly more expensive than the S7 Edge that launched last year.
But given we think the iPhone 8 later this year is going to be one of the most expensive flagship phones of all time, do you think Samsung's playing into that and thinking, you know what, Apple's going to be even higher, so we'll have a further to jump into in terms of headspace or price?
Potentially, but it's going to have to bring a phone with some features that really justifies the price hike. A slightly bigger screen and a move fingerprint scanner is not really going to convince people that extra cost is worth it. If there's some stuff that's not been leaked yet, which is actually quite cool, then maybe it can justify the higher price. But I think it plays a dangerous game.
It looks like a gorgeous phone, really, and that could incite people to spend a little bit more and have that trickle-down effect to the J series, the A series, etc. What else do we know about it so far?
Yeah, so interestingly, it looks like Samsung's going to boost the display sizes on both handsets, with the S8 coming with a 5.8-inch display, which would make it a lot bigger than last year's S7, and giving you a really compact handset considering the size of the screen. It's still a 5.8-inch display, so it's not going to be a small phone. You're not looking at an iPhone SE level, but it's going to be sort of a comfortable size between last year's S7 and the Note 7. And
the S8 Plus looks like it's going to be, I think that's going to be the phone that a lot of people really get excited about. The battery should be huge on that. Again, the screen's massive. I think Samsung, I don't know, it's played a masterstroke in the last 2 years by the S6 Edge, bringing the Edge display as a kind of, that's a novelty. And then the S7 Edge, that was really the primary phone. As we said, March 29th is when we're going to see the new phones launched in New York and London. TechRadar will be there in full force, bringing you video, news, hands-on reviews, features. Us dancing in front of the phone, behind the phone, around the phone. Anything that you really want to see us doing, we'll be there doing that. Are you excited, John?
Absolutely. Let us know in the comments below what you want to see from our coverage of the S8, anything that you want us to compare it to or focus on specifically, and we'll try and get to that in the heat of the moment.
And as ever, thank you very much for liking. There are more videos popping up around for you to see and find out a little bit more about the best phone stuff that TechRadar has to offer. So again, thank you for liking, thank you very much for subscribing, and we're TechRadar. We love you and we love phones.